Hi, and welcome back. Today we're going to look at programming the BF-F8HP-Pro radio. We're going to look how we program it manually. I've downloaded the instruction manual and looked through it. And it's not very good. It doesn't explain it very well, and I found quite a few errors and the way it was written is pretty confusing. I would assume it was probably translated from Chinese, since this is a Chinese radio. And no fault to the engineers. I just think in the translation didn't do a very good job. So I kind of made my own notes here on how to do it, and I'll put it up on the screen, and if you want to take a screenshot of it and print it out, and that should help you with the programming. But we're going to walk by it step by step, and I will show you how to do it. It's not very difficult, and we'll go through the menu items and I'll explain what they are and which ones you should change and which ones that you don't really need to go into and do anything with. And to demonstrate it, I went on to repeaterbook.com, and if you go on to their main page, if you look on the left side, you can choose North America, and then you can go into that menu. You click on a map, you click on your state, and then you can click on your city. I'm not sure if it has counties, but it has most cities in there. And then you can see the local repeaters nearby you. I actually pulled one up from South Lake Tahoe, and we are going to manually enter it, and then I will show you that it works with the repeater. So let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and program it. We're going to try to do this in one take. I've already screwed up a few times, but hey, maybe this will be the time we do it. I'm hopeful. So anyway, get your radio on. And the way I'm going to show you, I've played around a lot with this. Even when I was making this video, I found a few things that worked and a few that didn't. So I actually think this is probably the easiest way to do this. I mean, by far the easiest would be to use Chirp or their software, but sometimes you don't have a computer, or you don't have a computer available when you want to enter a frequency on the fly. So this is really a good thing to know. So anyway, let's get going here. And the first thing you need to do is get into the menu. I have my sheet printed here with all the information from repeaterbook.com. So let's go ahead, and if you can see the menu here, let's scroll down to Program Channel. Home button is also your enter key, and the yellow arrow here will backspace or take you back to the previous screen. So let's try this again. The menu, you could either scroll down or just push number 5, and it's the 5th item on our menu here. So anyway, let's move forward. First thing we are going to do is give it a channel name. And by default, it's called 2-meter calling because that was the last frequency we were on. But don't worry, we're not going to mess up anything we already have in here because we're going to save it to a different memory. So let's go ahead and enter the new name. And this repeater is called N6ICW. So if you push the numeral key, Z key, we exited out of the menu here. Let's get back in there. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, you can see the format of your text or numbers. So I'm going to use capital letters. So we need to find an N, and if you look at the 6 key, it's M, N, and O. This is just like the old days when you used to text on your Motorola flip phone. I remember using this. It took forever to write a text. But anyway, don't want to go back to those days again. We will push twice to get the N, and then we need to get a 6. So let's go to numerals, push the 6. Let's go back to capital letters, and we need ICW. 3 times here, 3 times here, and 1 time here. Then once we have that entered, we push the home key or the enter key, and it is saved. All right, now we're going to jump all the way down to channel memory. And the reason I'm doing that, I used that as my last step, but I notice every time I did that, it didn't save the channel name. So I've found if you do the channel memory right after the name, it does work and save it. So we're going to go ahead and enter it. And as you can see, we have all these channels. I have 21 channels on here, but while doing this, I discovered something kind of cool to let you know how many channels you've used. If you look at that, after channel 21, it just lists the numbers. Those are free channels. So if we push OK on 22, and then we go back to channel memory, we can see that we've used channel 22 now. So we'll go all the way down, and you can see channel 22's used now. So if we back out of here, 22 should have our new name here, which it does. And this is just so strange on this radio. If I would have done this as the last step, it would have had the 2-meter name. So I don't know if that's a bug in the radio, not quite sure. But if you start with naming the channel and saving the channel in your save channels, it works. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's add all the data. This is set for the 2-meter right now. So we need to change all that. So let's go back in the menu and push number 5 to go into program channel. And we've already done the channel name. Now we need the receive frequency, which is the downlink. So it's 145.15000. Let's go ahead and change that. 145. 15000, and the decimal point will automatically go in the correct spot if you entered the data correctly. All right, let's go to the transmit frequency, and we go in there, and that is the uplink, which is 144.55000. So we put in 144, and it is 55000. And then we push enter. All right. Transmit power, you have low, medium, high. By default, mine's set on high. This is a handheld, so I like to leave it on high because I never know how far away I'll be from a repeater. All right, bandwidth, again, that's on your sheet. In this area, we use a 25 kilohertz, the wideband. There's 2 settings on that. And as you can see, it's on wide and not narrow. We'll exit out of there. The receive CTCSS, we don't need to worry about that, but we do need to worry about the transmitting CTCSS, which is also on your sheet here is going to be called the uptone link. So we need to set that to 123. Oops. 123, entered. All right. We don't need to worry about that. Encryption is illegal. You can't encrypt in the United States a ham transmission. Pretty much the entire world you can. I saw one exception was Poland, and only if the transmission is not supposed to be a secret transmission. But isn't that the nature of encrypting something? So, not sure on that. Leave that one alone. Leave signaling alone. Channel display mode, already have that set by default on my radio. Scan, by default, mine's going to automatically add it to my scan list. But if not, you can go in, turn that on or off. And last one here, let's see, no. Channel memory, we already did that. Channel delete if you need to delete it. And that's pretty much it. We can exit out, and we can see it has the name, and it also has the correct frequencies programmed into it now. Now, if we want to see if it works, this is something you normally don't want to do, but I don't like to share my call letters out on the channel for several reasons. But anyway, it's not really a good idea, the kerplunk, I think it's called, the repeater. But in this case, I want to show you that it works. Let's go ahead and try it. And you can see that it was successful and that this program frequency works. So I've added another frequency into my radio. So again, if you have a computer available, you have the correct data cable that works with Windows 11, if you have a Windows 11 machine, it's by far easier to use Chirp or the Baofeng software. So there you have it. It works. I will share this after I close this video off. I successfully did this in one take. I'm so proud of myself. I don't think I've ever done that. So let me go ahead and give you a screenshot of this so you can copy it if you want. All right, so there you have it. That's how to program the, I don't know why I have so much trouble remembering this, the BF-F8HP-Pro BTECH Baofeng radio to manually program a repeater into it. Before I made this video, I've never done that before. And like I said, the instructions were horrible in the manual. I could not figure that out. So I just looked at the menu on here, and going through the menu items, it was actually pretty easy. And I would imagine the more you do it, the easier it will become. So thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button if you are not already a subscriber. And please hit that like button when you like my videos. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.